So I have not managed to watch this Kendrick Lamar and SZA video yet. I haven't seen it. Like I said, it happened while I was on an airplane. With I had the struggling is Wi-Fi anyway. I figured might as well play it here with the gang and see what we think. Okay, it's starting out very romantic. Is this him and his wife? I don't know what's going on here. I feel like I'm in the middle of an indie movie I don't understand. Okay, lots of headroom in this shot. Looks like an old Polaroid. Okay, he's chewing. Is he chewing ice? I chew ice sometimes. He hate looking at the damn camera. Now I get it, cause I also hate looking at the damn camera. But he's making it his whole thing. This calendar year, he fucking refuses to look at the camera. Is this a mall in Los Angeles? This looks like a mall. This looks like the sort of thing we were always trying to find when we were looking for places to do previous industries photo shoots. We were always trying to break into abandoned malls, but usually it was too dangerous, so we just didn't do it. You shouldn't park your car outside of your bedroom. Okay, there's like exhaust fumes and stuff. You have to be very careful. Okay, especially if there's children around. There's poor air quality in the home. Okay, you got to have more space between your bedroom and where you park the car. It's not safe. If you're in a motel, you'd probably rather be somewhere else belligerent. Like that's not an ideal situation for most people. Is a motel. If you have to be there, you got to be there. But you'd probably prefer to be somewhere else. I love all these. Look, we have new mysterious characters. Who are these people? Oh, it's SZA. That makes sense. Her being on the song. That motel. If that's a motel, it looks like it's haunted by the future. Does anybody else remember that there used to be a 1 hour drama in the 80s and it came on close to like Dynasty and like Knots Landing? It was a 1 hour drama called Hotel. It was just called Hotel. And I remember that the lead character was this guy with a very thick beard. He was probably the only lead character on television at that time that had a very thick beard, but it was the 80s. Does anybody remember Hotel? The only reason I ever remember Hotel is because it was the first place I ever saw video footage of an elevator outside of a building, and I always thought it looked fucking terrifying. So whenever I see one, I think of this old show from the 80s called Hotel that I'm pretty sure it actually existed. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it was a real thing. And that it came on close to Knots Landing and Dynasty. I wonder when they cast a video like this. So SZA, okay, we don't know if these two human beings actually know each other, SZA and whoever this gentleman is, right? I wonder when they're casting a video like this, assuming they don't know each other in real life, and she has to like pretend to like that's her boo. Do they ask her if this guy is her type even? Or does she just have to fake it? I'd be very curious to know if she's part of the casting process in who she has to be draped over in this video. Yeah, it's great acting too. I just wonder because it's a silent extra in a video, so it could literally be anybody. So if I was her, I would sure want them to make it easier for me by picking some guy I like looking at. Is it like looks like a makeout hospital? Is this a hospital where you just open random doors and then somebody steps out and you make out with them? This does not look like a romantic place. It looks like a love clinic, or where you get a severance chip for love making or something. It's not it. This does not look like a warm and fuzzy place. It doesn't even look like a sensual hospital. It looks quite cold in there. Quite cold. But maybe that'll make you run towards the body heat. Like, is that supposed to be? You can't maybe see it because of my webcam here. Is that like a room service card? It looks like there's like GHB or something on that card. It doesn't. It looks clinical. Getting a lot of mileage out of this fucking elevator though. Oh, and the cool thing about the elevator shots is that wow, Urkel Mod, I have to allow that comment. That's funny. Urkel Modi says it looks like a sperm bank. That's really fucking funny. Um, the cool thing about the elevator shots, especially the outside ones, you don't even have to like. Kendrick doesn't even. He could be in the trailer. Nobody has to even be in the elevator on that shot. It's implied. It's fucking filmmaking. It's magic. This is very smooth and sexy. Smooth and sexy in the Brutalist hospital, which is a hell of a juxtaposition. So I gotta give them that. They find all these haunted. So this looks like a 1989 Taco Bell in perfect working condition. Where the fuck is this place? Is that a big CRT TV up there too? This is when you could still get they had the 59.79.99 menu at Taco Bell that Little Richard would sing about very excitedly. 59.79.99. Where you could get cheap tacos at the Taco Bell. This is that era. See, okay, so this song, the lyrics of it seem to intimate that the world is not theirs. However, they seem to be just two couples in a giant building and nobody's bothering them. There's no security. They could do whatever they want. This world appears to be theirs. I feel like there's nothing stopping them from doing whatever they want. Girl, if this world were mine, I would take you to a brutalist hospital and we would sit on the cold concrete steps and look at each other longingly as if there was something stopping us from fully making out. You would see all the desire in my eyes and you might wonder why I'm not doing anything about it. Because in the world I imagine, there's lots of restraint. At least, you know, I like that SZA and her man, they're making something happen. I don't know what it is, but they're making so at least she is. I think he's not committed. I'm not sure how much he wants to be in this room with her. I'm not getting. Again, the coldness of the place might be infecting him as a person. You know, he might just need a minute. He might need to do some jumping jacks or something, get the blood flowing. Because right now, you know, he doesn't have enough clothes on for the cold brutalist architecture. It's fucking drafty in there. But I do like that song. The song is very smooth. I remember when the GNX album came out, I was saying there were a couple of things on that album that sound less like samples and more like remakes or almost like covers of songs, which is like cool. But just like even when I'm watching this video right now, right? As an artist that is closer to starving than rich, like I'm not actually starving, but like if there is a spectrum, I'd be closer to the starving side. Like I just look at all the money that they're able to spend on stuff, which they deserve because they make a lot of money. And if you make a lot of money, you should have a lot of money to spend on making your stuff that promotes your projects, right? So I'm watching that video like, damn, I wish I had the budget to make weird looking shit like that. Anyway, I also along those same lines, I'm like, you have so many resources. You can make a new song that sounds like a Luther Vandross song if you wanted to, probably. It seems like that's within the budget considering that there's songwriters and producers around, you know. I'd love to hear the new version of that song that doesn't sound like what my mama used to listen to in 1987 when I couldn't go down to the basement because she was with her friends and it was smelling funny, and they would play that and Boogie on Reggae Woman from Stevie Wonder and Sade and Anita Baker. La, 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 la. That I always associated that when it smelled funny in the basement. I couldn't go down there, you know. So I just, you know, I want them to make new old people smoking weed music, you know. That's all. And no complaints. It's not a bad song at all. I just wonder, you know, since you can make a video that's real cool and uses the money real well and doesn't necessarily look like anything else, make a song that don't sound like nothing else. More songs that don't sound like nothing else. That's all. That's all. And for those that don't know, this is the morning show. Welcome. Like and subscribe, homies. friend. It's free. Stop playing.